Hi, I'm Shirley Markwood, a local preservationist who lives in Enid's Waverly Historic District. Enid Historic Preservation Commission is developing a list of Enid's most endangered historic places. We have some ideas that we have in mind. For example, Garfield Elementary School. There has been recent talk over the last year about possibly tearing that building down because it doesn't meet current needs for the school system. Another building would be Convention Hall. That building is very important to Enid because it was built as a memorial after World War I for those soldiers who were lost in war. Yeah. Another site might be Government Springs Park. Bridge. That bridge, if you look at it, the cement is starting to crumble and has actually fallen off in places. Two buildings at Northern Oklahoma College would be the Marshall Building and Clay Hall, simply because they've sat vacant for so many years. You know, if we could find an adaptive reuse for those two buildings, that would help stabilize the buildings and would be a very positive impact on the city of Enid. Another site that may be important to Enid is the oldest house in Enid, or the alleged oldest house in Enid. It's located at 801 East Main. Now that house is programmed to be moved over to Southern Heights. However, the plans for that move are very tentatively. It is based on the availability of funds to actually restore it, to obtain grants, to obtain land from the city, also to ask the city to actually move the building over there. So until those actions actually take place, we would say that that home is still endangered and should be saved. The Enid Historic Preservation Commission is asking the public to make nominations to the list. They can do that by going to the Enid website, city website at www.enid.org, or they can go to the city offices and go to the Community Development Office and ask for a nomination form. Now, the deadline is 1 October, so you have 2 months to complete it, but I would ask that you act now and fill out that nomination form, take it to the city, and then in November, the Enid Historic Preservation Commission will review all those nominations and will come up with the final list. They'll present it to City Council, and the list will be published to the public around January 2010. It'll create a greater appreciation of all the historic sites that we have here in Enid. Enid is filled with historic places. However, the purpose of this program is to identify Enid's most important historic treasures that may be endangered in some way.